Another week in the trenches.
Right here is our gift.
It's like 7 o'clock. I can't believe I'm just now leaving the hospital.
That, this, and this all go through the patient's mouth.
No matter how bad you think you have it, there's always someone who has it worse. This is the life we chose. Welcome back, vlog. Another week in the trenches. It's such a good weekend. I was post-call on Saturday, but I went straight to my first run club here in San Diego, and that was a lot of fun. Met some cool people, and then Eddie and I did some filming for a YouTube video that will hopefully come out this week. And then we went to the gym, we played some video games. On Sunday, I took the dogs to a dog beach for the first time, and that was so much fun. They loved it. I'm definitely gonna try to do that more on my days off. But like I said, we are back at it. It's actually Tuesday. I did not vlog yesterday, just needed to get my week started, not worry about this, but that's okay because I'm working literally all week through Friday, and then I'm on call Sunday, which is pretty cheeks. That's actually my schedule for the next 2 weeks, so it's gonna be a long couple of weeks here. Today I've got 2 ortho cases. First one's a clavicle, second one is a tibia. Nothing too crazy, seems like otherwise young, healthy patients, but ortho rooms tend to get add-ons, just the nature of traumas and stuff, so I'm sure there'll be enough work for me for the entire day. Anyway, I'm walking to the hospital, so let's have a good day. First case is underway. Like I said earlier, it's an ortho case, so pretty straightforward. General anesthesia, patient got a block, which helps a lot with our pain control. So everything's going pretty smoothly. And then I start setting up for the next case, drawing up some meds, having some breakfast. My attending got me out, which was very nice of him. We got some hard-boiled eggs in a bag for breakfast. And then probably have some protein with this protein bar. It's a lot of protein. My body's a temple, baby. Not a bad day so far. Keep you guys updated. Lunchtime, baby. Got some chicken meatballs and rice from Trader Joe's. Popcorn. Coca-Cola. Yo, done for the day. Let me get to my car. We'll debrief. All right, guys, like I said, I am done. It's like 4:15. I actually got done maybe about an hour or so ago, but we got our schedules for tomorrow. So I was working on prepping my patients. They are a bit complicated, so I still need to go home and do some work and discuss with my attending. Today was overall okay, though. One of the interesting things was we had a patient who had a possible family history of malignant hyperthermia, which is one of our big anesthetic concerns. Something we learn about, prepare for. There's an entire malignant hyperthermia cart even in the operating rooms. It's something you don't want to happen, and it's essentially a reaction commonly to some of our volatile anesthetics. And you have things like hyperthermia, muscle rigidity. It's pretty scary. I have not yet encountered it. There's even many attendings that never encounter it. And when you hear of a possible family history from a patient of that, then you take a lot of precautions. So we essentially did a non-triggering anesthetic. We used a propofol infusion, and we used nitrous gas rather than our typical inhaled anesthetics, because things like sevoflurane can trigger malignant hyperthermia. So that was a cool learning moment today. Everything went very well with the case. And again, we weren't totally sure of the family history, but it's just concerning enough that if you have any sort of doubt, you might as well just play it safe. Anyway, good day of learning. Like I said, though, I need to go home and prepare more for tomorrow's cases. So I'll see you guys later. All right, guys, quick break from the vlog to tell you about this week's sponsor, Suri. Now, as a resident, anything in my routine that requires constant charging or creates clutter is just not surviving my schedule. My old toothbrush was always dead and just took up unnecessary counter space, but that's all changed with Suri. This toothbrush has fixed such a small but important part of my daily routine. The battery lasts for over a month, so I'm not thinking about charging it between call shifts or early mornings. It just always works. And my favorite part is that it actually sticks magnetically to my bathroom mirror, so my sink stays clean, cable free, which I really appreciate it. I really just can't deal with clutter, especially as a resident. Now, although I work in the mouth and airway for a living, I'm not a dentist, but Suri is dentist approved. It's powerful but gentle, and it actually has a pressure sensor, which is very helpful when I'm brushing half asleep after a long day. The brush heads are plant-based, and Suri recycles them for free, so it feels like you're making better choices without any extra effort. And if you're constantly bouncing between work and travel, the UVC travel case keeps it clean and is battery powered. No bulky charger or messes in your bag. Suri is one of those small upgrades that actually makes a big difference in your daily life. Make sure you guys check out Suri, and you can actually use my code SeanAnderson10 for 10% off of Suri's current sales. Seriously, go check them out and you'll see why I love it so much. I think entering residency has put me in a point in my life where I really appreciate any small upgrades I can make to my day-to-day schedule. Like I said, Suri is definitely one of those things. Make sure to check them out, and thank you so much again to Suri for sponsoring this week's vlog.
Morning, guys. Another day in the OR. I'm in the burn room today. We have grand rounds this morning, so I'm here a bit earlier. Plus, I'm the late resident, so this is gonna be my long day of the week. Let's have a good one. And it's nighttime. Sorry, guys. No vlogging today. Just long, busy day. Had to really get locked in here. A lot of good learning for sure today. Just feel really exhausted. I'm the late resident. I think it's like 6 o'clock or something. I need to go home and pre-op. Yeah, long week. I'm really feeling it. It's only Wednesday, which is pretty cheeks. I feel like I haven't been my best this week. I've not been performing my best. And it's just evident with just how my days are going and feedback from my attendings, which is rough. And I think it just becomes like a escalating effect. Yeah, I don't know. Everything's been fine. Everyone's been okay. Cases have gone well. I just don't think I'm doing my best. And it's, I think it's showing. I'm not feeling the best right now. But every day is a learning opportunity, chances to get better, and it's all experience. That's what residency is about. It's about seeing, it's about doing, it's about learning. So, stuff like 2.5 years of anesthesia residency. I'm gonna keep learning a lot. I'm gonna keep doing a lot. All right, that's it. You guys are my vlog, so the point is I get to do this. I get to rant a little bit. Anyway, I'm going to go home and pre-op for tomorrow's cases, and then we'll run it back. See you guys tomorrow. All right, so I stopped at Trader Joe's on the way home because I needed some groceries, and I still have a long week ahead of me. And check this out. Can you guys tell how much I love boiled eggs and chicken meatballs? Pretty much my entire haul is about convenience. Like, these are so easy to throw in a bag and take to work every day. These are easy to heat up and make a quick dinner or make the night before for lunch because they're already cooked. And then even in my freezer, it's just a bunch of stuff that's easy, ready to go. Like, I can bring that to work. I've got that I can make with rice and bring to work. For me, grocery shopping is about what's convenient, quick, and kind of decent for you. So I tend to go for high protein stuff for snacks, like protein bars, and then the eggs and meatballs. And then for my lunches, things that are just really easy to throw in some Tupperware and bring to the hospital. Things like fried rice, bulgogi, all that stuff. Anyway, time to go shower and hit the hay. Morning, guys. Happy Thursday. It's a new day, new opportunities to learn and improve and just get better at being an anesthesiologist. We got a radical nephrectomy, so removal of an entire kidney, and that's done for things like kidney masses. We have a transurethral bladder tumor resection. So exactly what it sounds like. You go in through the urethra to remove a tumor from the bladder, and then after that I have an ortho case. Looks like a clavicle repair, so should be a pretty good day. Let's have a good day.
All right, guys, smooth morning so far. Had a good first case start. Nothing too crazy, nothing all that special with our anesthetic plan, which is nice, just straightforward. Having a little breakfast break, bag of hard-boiled eggs, banana, the classic. Let's keep this energy up for the rest of the day. All right, guys, I'm actually done for the day. I know I didn't film basically anything today. I feel like this week has kind of been tough for me. I don't think I've been performing my best clinically, and that has kind of just been like a snowball effect throughout the whole week where I am having a lot of self-doubts, and then I think it becomes a positive feedback loop where you get so worried about kind of not performing well that you then do things differently, and then you don't perform well. And that was met by some pretty constructive but brutal feedback starting this week over the last few days. So I think I was just like really in my head and needed to really just lock in. So no vlogging or anything, but today was really good. Really good day. I worked with one of my actually favorite attendings, and today was like the opposite of what it's been like the last few days. Today I felt very autonomous, independent, felt totally fine. My attending was very hands-off, and that was different the whole week for some reason. I just feel like I've needed so much like hands-on assistance for some reason, even on things I should be able to handle, and I don't know why. But today was nice. I felt like I was able to just flow through my day. All my anesthesia plans went as planned. Everyone did well. And yeah, I don't know, just different day. I know there's like highs and lows. I think I was just really feeling it. Having 3 days in a row of just like not good performance. And I think that was just really starting to get in my head and like weigh down on me. But yeah, today was much needed. I felt fine today. I felt like I was able just to do things, and yeah, I don't know. Just a weird week, just off week, I think. Maybe a wake up call, but you're gonna have good weeks and bad weeks today. Yeah. Anyway, I don't even know what else I'm trying to say. Today was a good day. Today was a good day, and I needed it, especially because I still have work tomorrow. And then I have Saturday off, and then I'm on call Sunday. And the next week is going to be really long. But I'll talk more about that next week. For now, it's actually like 3 o'clock, which is like the earliest I've gotten out all week. So I'm going to drive home, and by then I should get my case assignments for tomorrow, so then I'll pre-op. And then I'm going to go out to dinner with some friends, and it'll be a nice night.
I realized we were that young.
You know, gray hairs are a gift.
Yo, happy Friday, guys. It's the end of the week, even though I really just have tomorrow off and then I'm on call Sunday. So after I got home yesterday, I pre-opted this pretty big case. It's gonna be a partial nephrectomy and Whipple procedure, which is a very big pancreatic surgery. And then when I went to call my attending to pre-op it, that case was out of my room, and I had 3 other cases in my room instead, which was pretty cheek. So I spent like a long time preparing for that first case just for it to not be the case that I was doing. That's not the first time something like that has happened, and it's still a good learning opportunity, but it's also adding more time to your day after work. So that was pretty cheap. Other than that, pretty good night. I had some dinner with friends, which was pretty refreshing. I feel like it's been kind of a lonely week, so that was really nice. Anyway, today I am the second late resident. So I'm not the late resident, but second late can still stay pretty late. Let's have a good day. All right, ET tube, OG tube, bear hugger, temperature probe. That, this, and this all go through the patient's mouth. Unfortunately, I made the rookie mistake of leaving my lunchbox in my car. So after I finished setting up my OR, I went all the way back, which is like a 15-minute round trip, just to get that little guy. I thought about just leaving it, but I'm gonna be so sad the rest of the day if I don't have food. This is one of our anesthesia lounges. Lovely propofol pillow. Couple books, fake plants, more books. I am having a little lunch break. One of the CRNAs got me out. Shout out to them. Got some bulgogi fried rice from Trader Joe's per usual. Not a bad day. Pretty straightforward. We did a ketofol induction for my last case. Ketamine, propofol. So that was a fun way to switch it up, but otherwise super standard general anesthesia today. Yeah, I got one more case in my room after the one that's currently going. So we're doing like 2 sleeve gastrectomies, and then the last one's a hernia repair. And after that, I'll probably take over a room since I'm the second late resident. So I can't just like go home, unfortunately, but that's the life we chose, baby. All right, it's like 3 o'clock, 2:30, something like that. Having a little afternoon break, restocking the Celsius. Last week I talked to you guys about how I've been decreasing my caffeine intake, and that's actually been going pretty well. I used to drink like 2 Celsius a day, plus like either like a coffee or a soda in the middle of the day or something, and now I'm down to either like 1 thermos like this of coffee per day or 1 can of Celsius per day in here. However, today I'm actually having a second can. That's because I'm second late today, so I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. I think it's gonna be a while. There's a lot of cases still going. And then tomorrow's my 1 day off, so I kinda wanna enjoy my evening today after. Like I might try to go work out, do something fun, of course, depending on what time I get done. Basically, I wanna have a good steady stream of energy throughout the day. And I have noticed benefits to cutting my caffeine. Like I am a bit more caffeine sensitive now. It's actually noticeable, like when I drink, especially Celsius, because I went through, I think, like all of last week with only drinking coffee, and I notice it when I drink Celsius now. I can feel the effects more, which is really nice. And then I feel less of a dependence in the morning. Like usually I'm like kind of like waiting to get that first dose of caffeine first thing in the morning, and now I feel like I can push through longer without needing a whole bunch of it. Again, I was drinking like a whole can of Celsius before like 10 a.m. and then another can at like 1. So this is a big difference. This is the most I've had in probably like 3 weeks. So not bad. Anyway, gonna finish this break and then head back to the OR. It's like 7 o'clock. I'm still here. I'm currently in a combined neurosurgery plastics case that's been going on since 7 a.m. Pretty long case, but very interesting, very cool. But it's 7. I'm tired. But we out here. Oh my goodness. Guys, it's like 9 p.m. 9 p.m. as the second late is pretty cheeks, man. I can't believe I'm just now leaving the hospital. It's fine. That's the job. You can't expect to go home early ever, just in general. And then anytime you're first late, second late, you just have to have like no expectations. But I was at least hoping for like 7 o'clock. I don't know. I can't complain though. I had a really good day of like general surgery cases where I felt pretty autonomous. Everything went really well. And then the case I ended up taking over was a really long case that's been going like all day, but it was really, really cool. And I got to do a lot of anesthesia things in it and, you know, transferred to the ICU. It was a good learning opportunity for a case for me to take over. So I can't complain about that, but tomorrow's my only day off. I'm on a 24 in-house call on Sunday. Kind of just wanted like an earlier Friday to just, I don't know, veg out a little bit, do nothing. I was really hoping to go tricking tonight,
but the tricking session literally ends in like 20 minutes, so obviously I didn't make that. Pretty cheeks, bro. But whatever, it is what it is. This is the life we chose. My life could be worse because I ran into the first late resident on my way out, and he's still here. So the lesson there is that no matter how bad you think you have it, there's always someone who has it worse. And I think that is a humbling thing. It's also one of the coping mechanisms that I use to get through my life, truly. I'm like delusionally ranting right now, not gonna lie. Mostly because I kind of want to end this vlog and get home. But big takeaways from this week is that getting harsh feedback sucks. It can really put you down and cause a positive feedback loop of just mess ups and self-doubt. And then you can have really good days where you feel like you're competent and your attendings give you good feedback. And so the lesson is you just got to take it all in stride, take it all constructively, never let one day define you, but let those days build you and grow you. And that's residency. It's not something I'm not used to, but honestly, it doesn't necessarily get easier. But I will look back and appreciate how much better of a resident I am because of all of this. With all that said, we have an extra YouTube video going up tomorrow morning, Saturday, so the day before this vlog goes up. So make sure to check it out. It's gonna be top 10 highest paid physicians in the US, which I think will be interesting. That's like the kind of topics you guys seem to like. And then, yeah, I've got call on Sunday. So we'll start next week's vlog with my Sunday call. Wish me a good call. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.